Hello and welcome to another Tunisian crochet tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you the basic stitches for Missing Holiday Sun shawl. This shawl is published on my blog, so you can go and have a look at the instruction. You can also purchase the PDF version in my Lovecrafts shop, and I'm going to show you now how you can start the project and the stitches that you will need. Okay, so this shawl is made using 4mm Tunisian crochet hook with 40 inches cable. You will need about 200 grams of sport weight yarn, that's number 2 yarn or fine. And for my sample I used Drops Baby Merino, which is superwash merino wool, and I used the colorway number 45, which is Lemon Punch. Okay, so the shawl is a crescent shaped shawl, which has got a wingspan of about 150 centimeters or 59 inches. So this shawl is fairly easy stitch repetition, so even if you've never tried Tunisian crochet before, this is a wonderful beginner friendly project, introduction to the basics of Tunisian crochet. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We will start the project with slip knot and we will chain 8. So first we make a slip knot, place it on our hook, which is the first loop, and we will now chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we turn the chain around and we will be working our loops or our stitches of the first row, which is also known as the foundation row, into the back bumps. So we will work by inserting the hook into the back bump, yarn over and pull up a loop. Okay, and we will repeat this into each bump of our 8 chain stitches, so we should end up with 8 loops on our hook. Okay, we've got 8 loops, so this is we just worked forward pass, and now we will do a return pass, which will be the same for all rows of our project. And the standard return pass is by chaining 1, and then we yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, and we will repeat the yarn over and pull through 2 loops all the way to the beginning of our row. Okay, so this is the first row or foundation row of our shawl. Now from row number 2 we will start working increases, and for this project I designed the increases to be into the front horizontal bar. Okay, so you've got these vertical bars in front, there is one at the back, and between the stitches there are horizontal bars, so we will be increasing into these horizontal bars. Okay, so we'll need to do 1 increase, and then we work Tunisian simple stitch into the next bar, then another increase and Tunisian simple, and 1 more increase. Okay, so we increased 3 stitches so far. Now we will do 2 Tunisian simple stitches 1, 2, and again we will be increasing. So again, working into the front horizontal bar, increase, Tunisian simple stitch, front horizontal bar, Tunisian simple stitch. Okay, so far on this side we increased 2, so we need to increase 1 more stitch, and end stitch. We are going to be working end stitch by turning the fabric towards ourselves, and there on the side you will see 2 bars, right and left. So we will work our stitch under both of these. So we need to insert the hook under both of these, yarn over and pull up a loop. Okay, so after or at the end of the forward pass for row 2, we will need to have 14 loops on our hook. We started with 8, we increased 6, so we should have 14 loops. 14, and we will be working standard return pass of yarn, chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so row 3 is very similar to row number 2. We will again work 3 increases into the front horizontal bar on each side, and this will be interspersed with Tunisian simple stitches. Okay, so again we need to work an increase stitch into the front horizontal bar, then Tunisian simple, increase into the front horizontal bar, Tunisian simple, increase. So this is our last increase on this side, and then we will work Tunisian simple stitch to the last 3 stitches. Okay, so we are working Tunisian simple stitches all the way to last 3 stitches. Okay, so this is where we are. We've got the end stitch, which counts as a 1 stitch, and then 2 other stitches. So from now on we will increase, work Tunisian simple stitch, increase, work Tunisian simple stitch, we have 1 more increase, and end stitch. Again we work under both bars of the last stitch. So again we had 14 stitches or 14 loops on our hook at the end of row 2. Now at the end of row 3 we have 20 loops. We will work standard return pass of chain 1 and yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so this is row number 3. Rows number 4 to 6, so this is row 4, 5 and 6, is repetition of row number 3. So again you will work 3 increases on one side of your project, 3 increases on the other side of your project into the front horizontal bars, and Tunisian simple stitches into the stitches below. So I'm going to work rows 4, 5 and 6, and I will meet you in row 7 where we start working our lace pattern. Okay, so now I worked rows 4, 5 and 6, and as you can see the shawl is beginning to curl up on the edges and getting the crescent shape. Okay, so now from row 7 we will start working our lace pattern, and because we will be working Tunisian double crochet stitches, we will need to work extended stitches in this row. And for your lace rows, you will increase 4 stitches on each side. So while with this Tunisian simple stitch rows we increased 3 stitches on each side of the shawl, for these lace rows we will increase 4. So how we do it? So first we need to chain 1, then we will work our usual increase into the front horizontal bar and chain 1. We work Tunisian simple stitch, we will work increase into the back vertical bar. So the next stitch, as you can see, it's got 2 legs or 2 bars, the front and the back, which is behind. So we will be increasing into the back bar. So we will insert the hook from left to right under the bar, yarn over and pull up a loop. We will chain 1, then we will work extended Tunisian simple stitch. So we'll work Tunisian simple stitch and chain 1, which is known as extended Tunisian simple stitch. So far we've increased 2 stitches. We then increase into the horizontal bar, again chain 1, work extended Tunisian simple stitch and increase into the front horizontal bar once more. Okay, and chain 1. Now we will start working 2 Tunisian double crochet stitches under these front vertical bars. So for Tunisian double crochet stitches, we need to yarn over and insert the hook under the next 2 front bars, front vertical bars, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So that's 1 Tunisian double crochet stitch, but we will be working 2 under the same 2 bars. So again, you yarn over, work under the same 2 bars, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so we will repeat this all across the round until the last 3 stitches. Okay, so I will show you very slowly again how to do this. We yarn over, insert the hook under the next 2 front vertical bars, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, work under the same 2 front vertical bars, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and we repeat this process all the way to last 3 stitches. Now we are getting close to the end of our row. We've got few more of these Tunisian double crochet stitches under 2 front vertical bars to complete. Okay, I've got one more, and then we will work our increases. So again, just to remind you, for the lace rows we increase 4 stitches. Okay, so we will start with increase into the front horizontal bar and chain 1. We'll work extended Tunisian simple stitch, so in Tunisian simple stitch with the chain 1, then again increase into the front horizontal bar and chain 1. Now we will increase into the back vertical bar, so we need to work into the back vertical bar of the next stitch and chain 1, extended Tunisian simple stitch, last increase into the horizontal bar, chain 1, and our end stitch. And because we were bringing the stitches to new height with the chain 1, we also need to chain 1 for end stitch, and we'll work standard return pass of chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2 all the way to the beginning of our row. Okay, and that's row number 7. In row number 8, we will again work 3 increases on each side, and we will work Tunisian crossed stitches in between. So let's see how to do this. So first we will be increasing into the front horizontal bar only, so we will do 1 increase. We'll then work Tunisian simple stitch, our second increase, Tunisian simple stitch, third increase, and then we will do Tunisian cross stitch. So for the Tunisian cross stitch, this is worked over 2 stitches, so we will work under the front horizontal, so front vertical bar of not the next stitch, but which we will skip, but the next one. So we will skip 1, we will work under the next one, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then we will go back and work Tunisian simple stitch under the one which we skipped. This crosses the bars, and that's why this is called Tunisian cross stitch. So again, we skip the next one, we will work Tunisian simple stitch into the next, then we'll go back and work Tunisian simple stitch into the one which we skipped. We repeat this all the way to the last 3 stitches of this row. Okay, so that's the last Tunisian cross stitch. Got 3 stitches left, so we'll work increase and the front horizontal bar, Tunisian simple stitch, increase, and the front horizontal bar, Tunisian simple, one more increase, and end stitch. Okay, and after this we will work standard return pass again. Chain 1 and over pull through 2. So I'm now completing row 8, after which we will repeat the sections that we worked already, and how I will explain how to do this just in a moment as I finish my standard return pass. Okay, so 1, 2 of Tunisian simple stitch with 2 rows of this lace with Tunisian cross stitch. So after this, rows 9 to 13 are Tunisian simple stitch with the increases on each side, which is a row 3. So we'll repeat row 3. Rows 14 to 17 are repetition of row 7 and 8 twice, after which you will have a section of Tunisian simple stitch with 1 row of lace, Tunisian simple stitch with 2 rows of lace, and you will repeat this block twice, and then you will repeat, last repeat is 5 rows of Tunisian simple stitch, row of lace and bind off, and that's it. That's how you make your very own Missing Holiday Sun shawl. So the last thing that I'm going to show you is how to bind off. So I'm going to pretend that I'm completing my shawl now, and I designed this to be Tunisian simple stitch bind off. So what we need to do is we need to insert the hook as if for Tunisian simple stitch under the next front vertical bar. We yarn over, pull up a loop, and then we pull it through the loop which is already on the hook. So we always have only 1 loop on our hook, like so, and you complete this Tunisian simple stitch bind off all the way through to the end, after which you will cut the yarn, pull it through the last loop, and weave in your ends. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this tutorial useful and helpful. Please let me know in the comment section below. As always, please like, share, subscribe, and if you have friends who like Tunisian crochet, why not share this video with them. Thank you very much for watching. You will find the full pattern on my blog, and see you next time in another crochet tutorial. Bye bye.